Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is episode 106 of my brand new Comics Haul series, where I show you guys all the new books that I pick up at my local comic shop every single week, and I tell you everything you need to know about every single issue. So this week I've got 5 issues in total, not too big of a week, but some good releases. 3 from Marvel, 2 from Image. Before we get into it though, I just want to do a little quick promotion. I recently finished directing a film called The Jerk for a video production class that I'm taking. I'm going to leave the link to it down in the description if any of you guys are interested in watching. It's about a student council competition that I just filmed at my school. It's a mockumentary type thing. So if you have a few minutes, check that out. I really appreciate it. And thank you guys. It'll be linked in the description. But let's just get right into it here with Marvel Comics releases. We've got 2 issues that are just the releases of like the main ongoing Spider-Man series. Both of them came out this week. We'll start with this one because it's got some significance to it. This is Spider-Man number 7, and it's End of the Spider-Verse Part 7. So as far as I know, I think this storyline is wrapping up next issue. They're really drawing it out since it's such a big, storyline. It's kind of like the third part of the Spider-Verse trilogy that we've gotten by Dan Slott across a few different storylines. But the thing that's unique about this one is that there's no tie-ins, right? Like there have been for everything else. So tons and tons of different spider people from across different universes involved here. The plot has been a little bit confusing, but we've been introduced to these new characters that have had like full issues focused on them. Like this Peter Parker in a universe where Silk actually got bitten by the spider instead of him. So he's like the super genius that they've recruited to really take down the main villain, Shathra. She's been going around and like converting, spider people from different universes to her cause and turning them into like these dark versions of themselves. So overall, pretty good storyline. Kind of a weird like big thing to start, big like event idea to start off with for just a new ongoing Spider-Man companion series. Like there's more going on in this book than the main Spider-Man series, right? That's a lot of characters on that page. There's also supposed to be the first appearance of this new character called Spider-Boy, though. They've been like hyping it up, Marvel themselves, trying to like fabricate hype around the first appearance. A little bit weird there, but I've heard it's been selling out at distributors, so I guess it worked, right? That's Spider-Man number 7. Curious what you guys are thinking of that book, if you're still picking it up. I haven't been hearing too much about it, but I'm sure it sells pretty well. It's a big title. Next up, though, the main flagship ongoing Spider-Man title. This one is Amazing Spider-Man number 23. So right now we've got this 6-part story arc going on, right? That started with 21. That's telling that whole backstory of what happened to Peter 6 months ago that led him to break up with Mary Jane, that led him to be at odds with so many different heroes across the Marvel universe. And in this issue, it looks like we're getting the Fantastic Four involved. So it's involving this character that I already can't remember the name of. That I guess is like from Zeb Wells' past. I've heard he's written this character before, who's writing this issue, obviously. And this is going through number 26, so they're doing like some big oversized issue. They've already been releasing some preview art for 25 and 26, and they're talking about a big death happening. So I've seen a lot of speculation that Mary Jane might die at the end of this, but it's been a little bit interesting to see what their whole plan is for what's actually going to be going on with Peter in the past, but also in the present with this villain coming back to like torment Mary Jane and her kids, as well as Peter once again. So we'll see. I'm really not really liking this series too much, if I'm being completely honest. It's fallen off a lot for me. I never liked it too much, but I do want to stick through the story arc and really see what Zeb Wells' plan is and see who dies at the end, apparently, right? I doubt it's going to be Mary Jane, but we'll see about that. Let me know what you guys think. That's ASM number 23. Next up from Marvel, this is the last issue I picked up from them this week, one that I've been anticipating for a little while now. It's been a good minute since that first issue came out. Cosmic Ghost Rider number 2, right? So this is a 5-issue miniseries. They're bringing back Cosmic Ghost Rider at Marvel under Stephanie Phillips as the writer on this book. I thought she did a really good job in that first issue. I enjoyed it. If I'm remembering right, there's like kind of a dual identity type thing, right? Where there's this new Cosmic Ghost Rider that's patrolling the galaxy, that's going on kind of a murder spree, and is taking down Frank Castle's name. So the actual Cosmic Ghost Rider is being blamed for all these deaths and, crimes that this other Cosmic Ghost Rider's committed. But he's in retirement. He's working with, like, this dad and daughter at, like, a hotel that they run. So now he's being roped back into things, kind of like, the classic retired hero needs to get back into it thing. So we'll see. I'm excited to see Cosmic Ghost Rider back in full action. It's been a while since he's had any sort of series for himself. The artwork is a little simplistic. I feel like there's a lot of blank space, but the writing in that first issue is great, so I'll stick with it. Cosmic Ghost Rider number 2, that's a recommendation from me. Next up, though, I've got a couple issues from Image Comics to finish off the haul here. This next one, this is Saga, issue number 63. So this series is still ongoing, but they're barely ever coming out with it, right? They announced when the news, when it like returned from its hiatus after 3 years or however long it was, they announced that they're just going to be doing these seasons of Saga where they release 6-issue story arcs like every January through June, I guess, and then they take a 6-month break after that every year. So they've got a big master plan for the series, so it's probably going to take a good like decade before they actually finish off the series. at the rate that they're going. Maybe they'll pick up at some point, but I guess the creators have kids and all that kind of stuff. Right now, though, it's kind of just the ongoing plot thread that we've had going through the series as an entirety since it started, where there's always people that are hunting down the main character Hazel and her parents and, you know, her mom Alana, because she's the result of two different alien species like mingling with each other. She's that are at war with each other, right? The two alien races that are have been locked in like war for hundreds of years. So there's always people trying to track her down. There's a lot more going on. Them trying to survive out in the wild. Alana working for money and all that kind of stuff. I can't remember everything that's going on in this series because they've taken such long breaks, and honestly, I think it's probably just better read in like the compendium format. So maybe, I don't know, I would say wait till the second compendium comes out because you can buy the first one right now, but it's probably going to take like 10 years before that comes out. So it's worth getting in single issues, but sometimes a little hard to remember what's going on. Still definitely a recommendation. I mean, everyone talks about how great Saga is, right? It's just good to have it back going after having been away so long, even if they only come out with it like every so often. Next up, though, this is the last issue I picked up this week. Also from Image Comics, this book has really been picking up. This is Nightclub number 2. The main reason anyone buys this is because it costs $2, right? But beyond that, it's also developed to be a pretty good story in my opinion. I was kind of let down by that first issue, but as it's continued on, we've gotten more characters introduced, more plot threads introduced, and it's developed into more of an interesting story. Basically, our main character had like a big almost life-changing almost life-ending accident when he was like recording himself doing parkour for social media and fell off of a building. He was then bitten by this vampire that saved his life and gave him super powered abilities, right, that a vampire would have, turning into a bat, like super strength, all that kind of stuff. As long as he would like be recruited to this super team that guy was putting together. So since then he's like bitten his friends. They've become this trio that like fights crime all across the city. As far as I know, this is just a mini-series, so we'll see like what this actually transpires to end up being, or what Mark Millar's plans are for this series in the future, whether he'll do any more series that only cost $2, because I'm down for that. But yeah, pretty good artwork, decent writing on this series, and I've liked it so far. It's been getting better and better. I think the last issue is all supposed to be like oversized, so they're not charging $2 for that one. But yeah, definitely worth the price, and like better than a lot of other comics out there. So it's a solid recommendation from me. Those are the 5 issues I picked up for New Comic Book Day this week, though, guys. I appreciate you checking out the video. Let me know what you picked up this week, though, down in the comments section below. Which issue you're looking forward to the most this week, or which was your favorite if you already read them this week. And like I said, I'll leave that film, The Jerk, that I just finished directing, down in the description below if you'd like to give it a watch. Really appreciate it, guys, and I'll see you in next week's New Comic Haul. Bye, guys.